Have you ever looked at a tree and had the urge to just rub the back of your ass up and down against it? It always happens to me at motels, particularly with palm trees. I don't know why, it's just, like, this compulsion.
Have you considered having your brain removed? That might help.
We both know that's a lie. I guess it's some sort of vestigial instinct from back before my race had toilet paper.
Actually, I think it's just a modern instinct from the fact that you've trained yourself to put your little brown territory flags everywhere you go.
Not everywhere. Just everywhere that I think is funny.
And do you think covering a palm tree at a hotel with it would be funny?
Come to think of it, yes.
And the mystery has been solved. Greetings, acolytes of Gazpork and the Damned, and welcome to the Maggot Has Nothing Better to Do show. Tonight our guest is Raquesta Madrid, and frankly I have no idea who the hell he is. I suspect Frugal picked him up off the curb while he was on the way in.
I admit nothing.
So I guess the first question is, who the fuck are you?
You remember back when you had Samus Aran on the show?
Yeah.
I'm the guy who the space pirates and Mother Brain hired to genetically modify the Metroids.
I see. And why is that?
Well, because I'm the one who already had them. I was initially modifying them to serve as pets.
Despite the whole life-sucking thing?
Well, I was trying to breed that out of them and replace it with, other instincts.
You were trying to train them to suck dicks, weren't you?
I admit nothing.
So when the space pirates showed up, you decided to switch tactics?
Well, when a gigantic frigate filled with murderous aliens shows up at your door with a briefcase full of money in one hand and a rocket launcher in the other, both of which are pointed at you, you tend to make job decisions fairly quickly.
I know what you mean. In fact, I'm pretty sure everybody here knows what you mean.
So how did that end? Samus basically humped Mother Brain with missiles. What were you doing at the time?
I was long gone. When I saw that she had breached Mother Brain's security parameter and was already halfway through blasting her way in, utterly bitch-slapping the supposedly indestructible giant Metroids that I'd been working on for the last year in the process, I decided she was going to win and I got the fuck out. It was a good thing, too.
So, did the Federation ever find out that you were behind it?
I didn't think so at the time, but a Federation agent showed up at my apartment not long afterward, holding, ironically, a briefcase full of money and a blaster. Apparently that's just how job interviews work these days.
The only requirement for getting a job here is that you survive the journey from the parking lot to the Human Resources office. Of course, if by some miracle you do that, they usually start you in the mailroom, which has a higher casualty rate than the Kazian military.
I can't imagine why, but for some reason, some people just seem to find it necessary to send us mail bombs every day.
Well, if it's not a bomb intended to kill the recipient, it's a bomb the recipient ordered over the internet. Pretty much everything that goes through our mailroom is lethal one way or another. Hell, the pot cupcakes that Frugal's cousin makes will kill anyone who exposes their bare skin to them.
Man, those cupcakes are a ride and a half. Pity that the cops won't let him anywhere near an oven most of the time. Or anything else that's hot. Or that could potentially conduct an electrical current. Or even has sharp parts.
Well, he is a priest of Gazpork with 6 chaos stamps. They're worried that he might be gunning for his 7th.
He's always too stoned to go for his 7th. Hell, half of his first 6 were on accident. Mostly because he's not just a priest of Gazpork, but also a priest of Bart.
Bart. Refresh my memory, is that the elven god of ketchup guy?
No, that's William. Bart is the streakite god of weed, which pretty much puts him at the top of their pantheon. He's one of the only gods that Gazpork worshippers are allowed to acknowledge in addition to Gazpork himself. It's like him, William, Elfgoat, Smarmy, the god of relentless erections, Pundunny, the goddess of erotic tattoos, Zeratuk, the god of if you drink a fucking beer out of the fridge, then buy some more while you're at the store, you goddamn freeloader, and Tiamat. I'm not sure why Tiamat is on there. Probably to enforce the freeloader thing.
Interesting. So, Raquesta, have you ever run into Samus personally?
No, and I hope not to. I don't think she'd appreciate my effect on her professional and personal life. In other words, I think she'd maggot me.
What?
Oh, didn't you hear, Maggot? You've been verbed. Maggot now means to kill someone in a horrifically exaggerated fashion.
How nice for me.
If she shot me in the balls, I'd be lucky. I imagine she would do something ostentatious and poetic, like throw me into a breeding vat filled with metroids.
Well, it might not be that bad. Maybe they'd recognize your dick.
That's exactly the problem. There's a reason they picked a female bounty hunter to go after the metroids in the first place.
Wow. We're learning, aren't we, kids? I've just decided that's it for the Maggott Show this week. Tune in next time, or don't you think fudgesicles taste good?